Hey, you went flying Billy Spur. Hey, you went driving around the world. Hey, you went brown like a squirrel. Hey, you went Chanel pearls. Hey, you went Rolls Royce car. Hey, you went Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want war with all my hoes. Oh, you wanna line it all up. Hey, I'm gonna play it how it is. Hey, I been playing for some years. Hey, you tryna steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field, not a pill. Hey, you wanna spill, then let's spill. Hey, you know how real niggas is. Rolls Royce still Uncle Phil. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is season 4, episode 10, and this is the season finale. We have reached the end of the season, and let me tell you guys, it's been a fun ride. We appreciate everyone who's listened each week to every episode. More to come soon, but until then, let's get into the season finale. So as you guys know, this week is an In Case You Missed It episode, and so many things happened, and we're going to cover it all. First thing that we're talking about is the Grammys and how that all shook out with the awards. Then congratulations to the Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. Along with the Super Bowl, we talk about Usher's halftime performance. And then there were some music drops that happened in between this time. And then finally, we give a shout out to the Detroit Youth Choir. This is season 4, episode 10, the season finale. This is The Experience.
Bro, why are you wearing the same color? You want to be like me so bad.
Come on, man. You know we got a match for the season finale. Come on.
Isn't that crazy? The season fucking finale. Whoa.
We finally here. Season 4, man. This was a good one, man. This was like one of our probably cleanest efforts in terms of seasons I feel like that we've ever had. Obviously, the first season was probably a jumbled mess because we were just starting it out. But from season 1 to season 2 to 3 to 4, it's only been gradually improving.
It's literally been seamless. Like I can't even believe how quick even the guests. Because I remember there was a time where you used to have guests and that shit would always be so shitty.
Yeah,
it's been perfect.
Yeah, we've been having some knockout guests, man. Shout out to Lex, hashtag Azaria Lynn. Shout out to my sister Nia. She did a great job. And shout out to Aaron
Smith.
Man, salute to all y'all. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guests. And honestly, I think the biggest takeaway besides the guests from this whole podcast experience is me just looking at myself like whenever we record, and then I noticed that like I'm really not like one of God's favorites like he is.
Oh,
I think I just realized.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's like, I'm like light as fuck, right? But I don't have like none of the extra shit that the light skin, that the light skin niggas be having. Like I don't have like the nice eyes. I got like fucking dark brown eyes. My fucking hair is nigga hair.
Guys,
I don't have none of the curly shit.
It's Black History Month. It is Black History Month.
Yeah, happy Black History Month.
Beautiful. I don't agree. Let me point this way. I don't agree. I don't know.
I'm not one of God's favorites.
I don't agree.
Sorry.
That's crazy. That's insane.
I'm sorry. This is what I noticed, bro. It's just like
I knew you were gonna say that, but I didn't know that you were gonna like go in. Wow.
Yeah, that's probably my second biggest takeaway from just looking at us record.
Yeah. I don't know. I love when my hair is. Look at this curl right here. This shit is kind of crazy.
There we go. I see it. Yeah.
Like I love it, just pat it down. Just act
there
like it's not there. I didn't condition today, so.
And naps are beautiful.
Naps are beautiful.
I love it. Curls. Anyway, I'm fine with my nappy hair. I'm just saying, like, come on, like if I'm gonna be so goddamn light,
I'm screaming.
Give me the damn eyes. That's all I'm saying. At least give me the eyes. Come on.
All right, guys. Welcome back to The Experience. It is episode 10. Today is the season finale. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for sticking with us this whole season. We've had so much fun and can't wait to do it again for another season. But before that, this is an In Case You Missed It episode. And there was a lot of stuff to get into.
Woo!
So much stuff. Like it's like the universe knew that our season finale was going to be In Case You Missed It, so they was like, "All right, here you go.
We got to give y'all a lot of material. I need y'all to break down everything that happened."
No, literally. But let's get into it. All right, so the first thing, in case you missed it, the Grammys, they happened, and it was a really interesting show. We had SZA leading with nominations. I feel like this Grammys was really for the girls. We had Victoria Monet had some big wins, which I appreciated that so much, just because I feel like she's one that really, really deserves her flowers. She writes for so many people in the industry, and like I just feel like she is part of those people that helps the industry run. So it's only right that the Academy show their appreciation. So we got some wins from her. SZA got her first Grammy. I think a lot of
Shout
people
out
got their
SZA.
first Grammys. Yeah, shout out to SZA. Clap it
Man,
up for SZA.
amazing shit.
Miley
Amazing.
Cyrus got her first Grammy. I actually loved Miley. Miley, I don't know. I feel like Miley gets a lot of hate.
It's because of that bangers era. You know why she gets hate. It's
But
because
I
of that
fuck
whole
with
era.
the bangers era. I feel like that's just like, people have done wilder shit than bangers. And I
I
just
think
feel like,
no, I agree 1,000%. I think the problem is that a lot of white artists that cling to a lot of things that are black, that are popularly black. You feel me? So like something that's like that really encapsulates black culture. A lot of artists get a lot of white artists get flack for literally capitalizing and appropriating that type of culture to get a certain level of notoriety, and then soon after abandoning that culture altogether. I think literally Post
but I
Malone had a performance at the Super Bowl, and everybody was cooking him because he looked like the country ass nigga, the white wigga, the white boy that he really is before the White Iverson track, actually blew up. So I think that was the
now listen, I would never defend a white woman's honor on this day of Black History Month.
never.
Never. However, I will say I feel like the Miley situation is a little different. I think that like I don't think that she completely abandoned black culture. I think that like she still appreciates a lot of black culture, and she, um I think that that was just an era, and like that was just a way for her to like express herself. And I really like when I listen back to the album, I feel like there were maybe two or three singles that maybe was like, oh, this is
Coded.
black culture. But like, you know, for the majority of the project, I really don't think so. I don't know. That's just
No,
me. But
I feel you. That's fair. I did like the Bangers Project, but I do
Wrecking Ball
get
is not black to me. That's not black culture.
that's white as fuck. But it's also it's just maybe because that whole Mike Will made a song, the J's on my feet shit. I think that's what people think of or visualize whenever they think about that era as a whole, especially since she's a white woman
And I
wearing
don't even think
Jordans.
that song was on the album.
It
I don't
might
think
not have
that's
been.
on
I
the
can't
album.
even
Yeah.
remember. I don't think so. But yeah, but I think that's really the main reason why people have kind of shied away from Miley, and that's just not exclusive to her. This is more of a white
Yeah,
artist issue.
MGK, MG
MGK, I
motherfucking
just
K.
said Post Malone did that shit. I think there was like I think people are afraid that Jack Harlow probably gonna do that shit. I don't think so,
I don't
but
think so.
I think it's
I
a
don't
little
think so.
different. But I think it's been a habit of white people kind of just really
Yeah.
trying to hop on the black wave type shit. But
Yeah.
shout out Miley,
Shout out
happy for
Miley,
her.
first Grammy. Now there was a point of contention. There are 2 points of contention of the night, which I thought it was interesting. So first, Jay-Z won the
Global
governors
Impact
or the
Global Impact Award.
global impact award, and he gave a speech,
Yeah,
and it was really interesting
yeah,
what he was saying, because he's like, so first of all, he's like, when I'm nervous, I tell the truth, which period,
I
because
feel
he was nervous as hell because he was telling a lot of fucking truth
I'm
up
Lowe's the
on
same way.
stage,
He just like me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he basically is calling out the Academy, um,
Mm-hmm.
for Beyonce, on Beyonce's behalf, because he's like, how do you have the most
Grammys.
amount of Grammys and never win Album of the Year? Like, something, the math's not working. Like, that doesn't
Mm.
work. And I just thought that that was a good point. I just feel like there's been several times where like the Academy will, and I think honestly, there's not enough black people in the room. That's what I'm just gonna say, point blank. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even gonna like build this up. I think there's not enough black people or representation in the room, just because I feel like the perspective of the Academy is only like one sided,
Mm-hmm.
and unless a black person makes music that panders to that side, then it's really nobody to speak for it. And so
Yeah.
that's what I think the main problem is. Yeah, what did you think about what
Yeah.
you have to say?
That's been a that's a good point. It's been just a growing thing, especially with the Grammys, the Oscars, a lot of these award shows. I think we had an episode talking about award shows like in a previous season, just kind of how they've been diluted a little bit in terms of just importance, especially in black culture, because of just how our experiences have been in these spaces. And I think Jay-Z did a really good job. He had a really, really powerful speech, even though obviously he said he was nervous. He was doing this shit. And he was obviously, he won his award. He wanted to shout out Blue. She looks so old. Like, literally, like, I remember when Blue was like so small and now she's like next to Jay-Z. I was like, that's Beyonce's clone. Like, she looks just like
Literally, she
Beyonce,
looks
bro.
amazing. She looked
Yeah.
so good.
And yeah, and I think Jay-Z made a lot of good points, like in terms of what he meant about like how do we keep getting like consolation prizes? Like, why do we keep getting, like, Beyonce is probably the most one of the most decorated black artists that we have today that's living. So like the
Mhm.
fact that we keep giving her kind of like, I don't want to call a Grammy a consolation prize, but we all know the big bitch is the album of the year. Like, we
Mhm.
know that that's the one that everyone's like, that's like the MVP in any sport. That's like, I want the most valuable player. I want to be the best thing that came out this year. And the fact that she's gotten so many Grammys for so many different things throughout her career, different tracks, different songs, different albums, and not at all winning album of the year is just ludicrous. It's just
It's
one of
kind of
those
like
things.
it's disrespectful, honestly. Like
It
it's kind of
is.
like, what are y'all trying to say? And then
And
it's interesting too because when they like, I think this came out in an article that like some of the people that were on the voting thing when Harry Styles won over her, they were saying, well, Beyonce is overrated, so like she always wins everything else, so she doesn't need to win this, which is kind of like
that's weak.
pot calling the kettle black when you look at album of the year this year and how SZA didn't win, but Taylor Swift wins. And I'm
Yeah.
like, if we're talking fucking overrated,
You
like come on now.
talking about Taylor Swift. Yeah, hey, chill out. The Swifties are on a high right now. You better chill out right
Yeah.
now before they get on your ass. They like the white barbs. Even though barbs is white, some white people be barbs too, and some blacks maybe.
My thing is you cannot call Beyonce overrated and not also call Taylor Swift overrated. You
1000%.
know
I
what I
think
mean?
people with Beyonce do the same thing that they do with like people like LeBron, or like how people did Michael Jordan, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, people who keep fucking winning. It's more about, why do you keep winning? Like, you keep beating everyone else. You keep putting out the better product than everyone else. And people get jealous about that shit, where they be like, "Oh, you fucking overrated." Like, literally, Taylor and Beyonce had mega tours this summer. They did stadium tours. They did the same shit.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, honestly, and I worked with a lot of them at my last advertising agency, a lot of Swifties, because they were
Hmm.
big on that shit. They honestly called Beyonce, a lot of them called Beyonce overrated. And I didn't really fuck with that type of shit, because I think they saw it as like, she's damn near outshining Taylor during the, like, we're literally watching both performances like play out throughout the summer. We're seeing people show up and how they show up. And the way they showed up for Taylor was totally different than the way they showed up for Beyonce. And I don't want to shit on Taylor, because I think Taylor, she's talented for what she is,
She is
and
talented.
she's done her
My
thing, and
thing
she's
is,
big, but like, she's not no Beyonce. Stop
and
that.
my thing is, it's like I don't know if anyone's ever seen a show or like who saw the Renaissance film, but like this don't even have anything to do with Taylor or any other artist. But to call Beyonce overrated is like kind of insane.
Yeah.
Like when you see like the amount of work that she does to like, put in for her show, like she knows like how her stage is even built down to each fucking tile. Like what artist is doing that? And then it's still giving you looks and costume changes, vocals aren't lacking while in heels. Like that's not overrated. That is talent, that's hard work, and that is dedication. So I
Yeah.
don't know, I can't like wrap my brain around that, other than like when people do that, it's and mostly white people,
Hmm.
because she is a black woman, they don't want to give her flowers, and fuck that, and Jay-Z
Yeah.
said fuck that. He's like,
That's what.
no,
And
like
that's what
what's
he's
wrong with
like. And I like how he said it too. Like, the way he said it, he was just like, a lot of y'all don't deserve to be nominated.
that?
Like, a lot of
Hmm.
y'all gonna feel like y'all was cheated, but like, my wife was really cheated. Like, a lot of y'all really shouldn't be on here. Like, if we really gonna talk about every single one of y'all that gets nominated, a lot of y'all should not be on there. And I agree, because I mean, like, if you think about a lot of the songs that may have won, shit, I don't really even fucking know like a lot of the songs. But honestly, I am part of a specific demographic. I'm not gonna say like my music taste, or even the music taste in my community
Hmm.
is a correct example of everybody, but I think it's a pretty damn significant one, and I think that should be always be considered. Like, that's one of those things that I just really didn't like, and like, honestly, I think that moment was a microcosm about how award shows, Oscars, and specifically the Grammys treat their black artists in general. Like, do you know the hip hop aspect of Grammys is not televised? It was not televised this year. You didn't see
Yeah,
no.
that was another thing too. That kind of like fucked me up too, because I'm just like most of the bangers and like contributions to music
It's the
were
biggest
hip
genre in the
hop.
world. It's the biggest genre in
Yeah,
the world, bro.
and you don't want to televise it. Like that was wild as hell.
But
Like
I
and
will
some of the
highlight it.
R&B categories because I think that like
R&B
yeah,
too.
Victoria won best R&B album. That
Mm-hmm.
was not broadcast.
It was not.
Coco Jones won. She was
Mm-hmm.
not broadcast.
Yes.
I don't know. Y'all need to do some work. Who is
Yeah, it
ever
was really one of those, and that's why I'm like, we need platforms like ours, like black owned platforms like ours, to really highlight these moments. Like we already shouted out Victoria Monet, SZA did her thing, but like, and on the rap side, Killer Mike, like he won
Oh,
best
Killer
rap
Mike
album.
killed that shit.
He
He did.
swept that. He swept niggas. I think he won best rap performance. I want to say best rap song too, and best
Yeah.
rap album. Like honestly, Killer Mike, I know. Feel how you feel about him. People could say he's hotepy. People could say he's full of shit and on some real life shit. But honestly, in terms of rapping, he's one of the best rappers that I've heard like in a long time, or at least that's one of the best rap albums that I've heard in a minute, especially
Mhm.
last year in terms of pure rap. So no, salute to him for winning. Like I think that he did a phenomenal job with that project. It was a lot of good nominees too. I think Metro Boomin was a nominee. I think Drake and 21 Savage, even though like rap wise, I wouldn't put that on Killer Mike's level, but you know, it probably had more of a global impact than Killer Mike shit. But you know, I think salute to him, man. He did such a great job on this shit, and the fact that he did such a great job and he felt so good, the nigga literally got arrested right after. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw, but that nigga was
I
in
saw that.
handcuffs. He was lit. That nigga was lit, bro. That nigga had the handcuffs too. Like, hey, bro, they tried to get me, but I got that bitch going, bro. And I was just like, man, that's a real nigga right there. That's one
Yeah.
of them shits that I really fuck with. But
I
no,
love
shout out
that.
Killer Mike, man.
Not that he got arrested, but the whole moment of it, like it
The whole
was
moment, yeah.
interesting.
It was definitely deserved because he didn't have that shit. I think one of his songs on that album, a song that Future was on, and Andre 3000, so they both won Grammys as well. Yeah, it was quite a lot of black excellence that was happening, you know, but obviously it's still minuscule in terms of the white people that won. Obviously we know how people feel about the white artists. Oh, but I also want to shout out Fantasia. Even though she was
Okay,
not
Taylor's
dancing,
was
she
amazing.
wasn't dancing like no
Okay,
Tina Turner. But
I wanted to say one more thing too about album of the year.
oof, yeah.
Even Billboard said like that should have been SZA's album or SZA's Grammy,
Grammy.
and that's insane because I don't think that they rarely comment. I think about like stuff like that, and so for them to come out and say that, like,
That's good.
come on, man, like you know.
Yeah,
And
it
I
goes
wouldn't
to
have been
show.
happy if anybody got it except for Taylor Swift. Like even Olivia Rodrigo had a good fucking album. Like give it to her.
Shit,
You
yeah,
know,
that's what I'm saying. I like
my
Olivia was good. I'm about to say
Miley's album was
Miley's
pretty
was
good too.
good.
Yeah.
Didn't
So
Billie Eilish win? She won for that Barbie song.
yeah,
She
which
won
I
for
get that. That was a really good song.
That's a good song. Hey,
I'm not mad at
Billy, man, it's a lot of things I want to say about Billy. But in terms of music, she's really good. Other things, I'll talk about it in another pod.
that.
But
Time
time and
and
place, man. This is Black History Month. Black History Month.
uh, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so before we go to the next, in case you missed it, I wanted to give you guys a little update on the Am I the Asshole? So Clay did end up texting me back. We saw the movie. I took him to the airport. I'm gonna go pick him up today. Everything's good. You just missed it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't see how though when I
Yeah.
emphasize the message. But it's okay.
He forgot. He maybe saw it. That's what I'm saying. He maybe saw it, opened the message up, put his phone in his pocket, and forgot.
That
It all
happens to
worked
me
out.
too, I will say, because I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
Like, or I think that I responded and I didn't. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's all love, though. It's all love. It
It
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro.
Darren's done worse. Darren's done worse. You know,
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
place.
Time and place, man. We'll talk about it next season, bro. We'll air out everything next season, type shit.
Ooh, season 5, Dirty Laundry.
Dirty
Ooh,
laundry. That dinner might be the theme. We might as well just do like a little video where we like, you know, take some laundry out of the damn washer and put it in the dryer.
literal dirty.
Literal dirty laundry type shit. Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about the
Yeah.
next?
Speaking of album of the year and Taylor Swift winning, of course we have to shout out Super Bowl 58. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning their
What did
third.
I say? What did I say last time?
Pat
Patrick Mahomes
Mahomes,
eat them the fuck up, and
eat him the
that's
fuck
what
up.
he did.
Eat him the fuck up, man.
Did I
Shout out to the
predict the
Kansas
Super Bowl
City
winner? I think I did. Oh shit!
type shit. Hey, he picked the Eagles last year though, when they was going against this exact same team. But we'll forget
Because
about that.
Jalen Hurts is fine as hell, and I love me some Quinta.
But
So
I told you when you first started getting into football who the best player in football was, and I think
he
he's
did say Pat
proven.
Mahomes.
And I think
Yeah,
he's proven to you that you know for a fact that he is indeed the best player in the league after
yeah.
this performance.
Is he? Are they the new Patriots?
They're definitely the new Patriots. They're a dynasty now, man. Like that was one of those performances, man. Like I'm in awe because like Patrick Mahomes is my favorite player in the league. Like I was really happy to see like him. Honestly, and I'm gonna get this out the way. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Lions diehard. But anybody that also knows me knows I've been a Niners fan for the last decade or so. This was hard for me because obviously the Lions lost to the Niners. I had to see both of them go against each other, and then I had to see the Niners go against my favorite player. But I always have a rule: my favorite player goes against my favorite team. I'm always going for one of my favorite players. So I'm glad I'm on the right side of history on this one. But
So
it
I
did.
look at it like this. You know, like you had the wife and the side chick analogy. So like the Chiefs was the sister to the wife, which was the Lions. And so once the side
Mm,
chick got away with it, the sister was like, "Fuck you, bitch! You're not gonna just take my sister man." And she beat that
mm-hmm,
ass. And that's what
mm-hmm.
happened.
And yeah, she was like, she spun the block for her sis, dog. I came back, was like, the fuck? Hit that motherfucker with a boop, 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 boop type
Look,
shit, man. It was one of them shits. But it was a really, really, really good game. The football season was, up and down. But
yeah,
this was a really entertaining season. I had a fantasy league. Jay, this is his first time doing fantasy, so you got to follow kind of the football season, from the first game all the way to the Super Bowl and kind of see how that whole journey was playing out. And it was dope, just kind of being
and
around the people I love.
I just want to say I'm proud of myself. Like a year ago, I would not have been able to contribute to this conversation. It just would have
Yeah,
just been talking. So, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
growth.
man. And I just gotta say, man, like. Yeah, like that was like I said, the game itself was really good. Like I know a lot of people was shitting on it, a lot of casual fans was shitting on it because it was low scoring, really, really defensive, up until the halftime show. And then after the halftime show, like everything started really picking up, especially like the fourth quarter and then going into overtime. I think this was the second overtime in Super Bowl history, the first one being Tom Brady
Mhm.
against Kyle Shanahan off Atlanta Hawks at that time, or Atlanta Falcons, my bad, at that time. And yeah, it was just
No,
one of those things that honestly, if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm happy galore. Like we are not gonna get dethroned at all. But and as a 49ers fan, I gotta say, man, Kyle Shanahan, you on a hot seat, bro. Like this is
mm,
like the third Super Bowl you've been in since no, this is the second Super Bowl third Super Bowl overall because I'm counting the Falcons one, but second Super Bowl with the 49ers in the last 4 years, and you lost to
mhm.
this exact same team while being up 10 points. That's not good.
You
That's one
know
of those
what
things that's
happened?
just
You know
not
what
good.
actually happened? Taylor made that call. She said, hell nah."
Hello, I'm dating Travis Kelsey right now, and I'm
No,
gonna need these
literally.
motherfuckers to win.
She's like, "You
Exactly.
guys will not fuck up all of the hard work and press that I've done to get these boys here. They're winning the game."
Yeah, I know you saw Ice
Like,
Spice in
how
that
much
box.
money?
I know you saw Ice
Yeah, I
Spice.
did. She looked
Yeah,
irritated as fuck and confused at the
she just
same
didn't know
time.
what was going on, type
She's like,
shit.
"What's going on?" and
Yeah,
irritated.
every time they pan her, she was like getting explained football. And honestly, I don't know if you watched the SpongeBob broadcast of the
That shit
Super
was
Bowl. That's one
hilarious.
of my favorite parts of the Super Bowl. They did that
Yeah.
shit last year too. Like that's a really good way to get kids into football, and even just adults that just don't know football. Like it's a good way to see like a fan favorite character like SpongeBob explain what it's like to be on the Super Bowl. It felt like maybe we'll see the numbers and how it pans out, in terms of like viewership. But I think this was probably one of, if not the most watched Super Bowl um, ever,
Yeah.
if we're really being honest. And I think a lot of that is attributed to the halftime show too.
So let's talk about the halftime show. In case you missed it, that halftime show by Usher was great. It was like, I don't know if it was what I was expecting, but it was still amazing. I just think that the theatrics of it all was great. We had the acrobats, we had the skates, we had Alicia Keys, we had Jermaine Dupri, but people thought he was CeeLo. We had Alicia Keys, We had the shirt when he took his shirt off. Oh my god! Oh my god! You know what?
Calm down, boy.
Usher, Usher makes me excited to age because if you look that good at 45, that is a true testament of black don't crack. Come on now,
Crack.
black don't crack.
Crack. Usher's a menace though. Usher, I'm hip to
Oh,
you. You are a menace, man. Like you, first of all, fantastic performance. I think he showed out for anybody that was outside in the early 2000s. I personally was not outside. I was in elementary, but I really did enjoy a lot of those songs, and then see the fact.
I will say, I'm gonna say this is my only critique. I feel like you did Bad Girl dirty. Bad Girl got snubbed. It needed more of a moment. It did.
He did a lot of songs that was like, I think Superstar. That's one of my favorite songs. He did like 15 seconds of that, and I wish he did a little bit more than what he did. But I think that was just, he has so many slaps that he could only really like fit a certain amount within a 15-minute set. But I think the visuals were amazing. Choreography was amazing. The song choice was amazing. I think it showed everybody how much of a staple Usher is, not only in black culture, but popular culture as a whole. Like everybody just knows who he is and knows what he is, what he's about.
I love the marching band too. I just feel like that part, like that's that's tradition for a football game, and to like incorporate that into your performance, it made it even more grand.
It was black as hell. He had Kappas behind him, fucking shimmying. He had the band and the majorettes, and then he had the roller skates. And I was just like, oh, he's black as hell. It made me think like
and he changed out of them bitches and in them bitches quick as fuck. I'm like, how did you do this?
That was like, that's how you know you really practiced
it's
the timing,
guys. It's cocaine. No,
it probably is. It is. No, he's not lying. It probably is cocaine.
I'm just playing.
Hey, I think all those celebrities be doing bumps, especially before their halftime show. I think Bruno Mars definitely did it when he was the halftime performance. Maybe Beyonce did it back in the day.
I don't think Beyonce.
You don't think she does coke?
No.
Wow.
No.
Of course you think she's probably the only celebrity that don't do coke.
I don't think she's the only one to not do it, but I strongly think so. She's a mother. Come on.
She's a mother. Shit, that don't stop no drug use.
It doesn't, but I don't know. She just don't run me as that type.
He's like, but Usher.
She definitely cheats. She definitely,
Oh, smoke. That's fine. But Usher, I do need to speak to you. Stop. You are tearing down families.
Remember, I said in our fantasy group chat, I was like, I wonder whose wife Usher's gonna fuck on stage during the halftime show. And it was Swiss Beats.
It was Swiss Beats, man. He was hugged up on her like it was the side bitch that you ain't seen Shorty in so long. You like, man, remember what we used to have? You get in the little rock type shit.
That would make me fold. If anybody ever hugs me like that, I'm folding. Like, come on.
It was one of those things. I'm like, man, being Swiss Beats, like reminded, like I can only imagine what like that type of feeling is like, and it reminded me of Kiki's nigga, how he probably felt when Kiki was just.
No, he was probably, but Kiki's guy that's different. He was.
Well, yeah, we found more stuff.
He was watching that shit like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Look, fuck you,
that nigga, yeah, fuck him. But yeah, still, he's a menace, but he's still a very talented menace. I'll give him that.
Also, Alicia Keys, girl, I know you heard that voice crack when she first started. She got it together though. She got it together.
Yeah,
I was not on this stage. Do
that. I know she was mad as fuck when she did.
She probably was.
She was like, "Damn it!" Alicia Keys' voice gonna continue to betray her. I don't know why. It's like whenever she's in these moments,
it's karma because she stole that man. She stole her man.
No.
And so Swiss, you really can't be mad because look at how your shit started. So
it goes around,
comes around.
Yeah, that was really shit. But that was a really good halftime performance, and I really applaud Usher because I think a lot of artists, especially when they get the opportunity, except Rihanna's never going to drop new music, but they drop new music leading up to the Super Bowl or right after the Super Bowl to try to get their hype going. And I think Usher did a pretty decent job with that because he did drop an album, right before he performed.
And the album is really, really good. I liked it a lot. Yeah.
No, it was a solid project. So yeah,
very cohesive.
Yeah, it was really cohesive. It kind of, I don't know. I liked it, but it was also, it kind of felt like he was channeling Young Atlanta. Yeah,
Yeah,
older Atlanta, which is fine because that's just what's popping right now. Because the older Atlanta, but watching his performance and seeing like the era that he really came up in Atlanta, or like the music that was popping then, and then like him trying to change his sound to try to align with what's going on, what's popular today, did kind of rub me a little bit the wrong way. But I think
mm,
the project itself still holds up overall. But I think that
yeah. I think
I
it's
was a
just
little
him
caught off
trying
guard.
to adapt to like what is out, and which honestly, that's kind of a talent to be able to like adapt and have that longevity.
Yeah, thousand
Um,
percent.
yeah, I think my favorite song is probably there's one called Margella. I love that song.
That's a good song.
That shit was lit. I said, bitch, this is my shit.
That first song with Burner Boy, man, that was
Oh
pretty.
yeah,
That bitch-
Coming Home.
Coming
Yeah,
home,
that's a
yeah,
really
that's
good
the
song.
title track. Yeah, the
Yeah,
album title track. Yeah, but still, yes, it was a really good. I know we reviewed good. That bitch,
and good, good, but we
we
still
still
good.
good.
His
That's
song with
another good one.
her really good. That
Ooh,
that
that
song's on the Color Purple soundtrack too.
Oh yeah,
Really
speaking of
good.
her, she was at the performance. She
She
did an
was.
amazing solo. She's such a musician, man. I salute her,
Yeah,
man.
she's
She in
so
that
good.
same Billie Eilish tree where I'm gonna talk about the other side later at a later date. But the
Mm,
music's amazing. Time and a
yeah.
place. Time and a place.
um, but in case you guys missed it, bitches,
Oh,
Act Two is fucking coming. Get your tickets March 29th. It's coming. It's currently unnamed, but it is coming. She's apparently going on tour. I looked it up. She's going on tour this fucking year, which I'm gonna go this time because come on, I'm actually going this
you
time
can't
because
miss because you can't miss the Renaissance one and miss this one.
yeah, that
You
was
can't.
I fucked up the first time. I will not do that this time. But oh my god, talk about a drop. So first, before she even drops that the album's coming, she has this commercial with Verizon, which I loved it a lot because I miss fun Beyonce.
Oh, that
Like
was
I
good.
feel like there was like a portion, there was a time in her career where she used to do silly and fun stuff like that all the time. Like she would be on commercials and stuff, and then she became more reserved, understandably so. But like I liked this commercial because it got to showcase more of her personality, which was nice. And you got to see her doing like fun, cool shit. And she looked flawless, like in every like part of it. It just was insane. I love her so much.
That's your girl. That is your
But at
girl.
the end of the commercial, she's like, because the theme of the commercial, and you guys should go watch it because it explains itself better than I can. But she was trying to break like a bunch of records. Like the thing was like, oh, like breaking the internet, but you can't break Verizon because it's so strong and fast. And she's like trying to break Verizon's connection, like each record that she passes. And there's one part where she's like, "Oh, the first woman to do a concert in space, and she's on a rocket or whatever." The commercial's crazy.
She's like the
Um,
first Beyonce. Yeah, that's
yeah.
funny. That was
And
funny.
so yeah, so she is on the rocket and she's like, "Did I break the record yet?" And they're like, "No." And she's like, "All right, okay, they ready. Drop the new music." And so everybody goes in the frenzy because we're like, "What the fuck does this bitch say? Drop the new
Mm.
music." I myself raced to Apple Music to see, and there was nothing there. So I'm just like, I guess it was just for the commercial. But then 5 minutes later, I get an alert. I have her post alerts on for Beyonce. That shit said, it was a little video, and at the end of the video, it said Act Two, March 29th.
Mm.
March is going to be that month for music. We've got
Mm.
Ari dropping, we've got Beyonce dropping. We got so many people dropping in March. I was going to drop in March, but I don't know because I don't want to get overshined. But
Yeah, might be a that may be like a nuclear month now. That's one of them that's you might have to stay
y'all
away.
got March. Y'all got
You
March.
might have
I
let
got
the
April.
heavy hitters come. See, that's the thing about music. I noticed that Q1 is always a dead period. Like from
Yeah.
January to March, like early March, mid March. It's really just like local artists, up and comers really dropping at this time. Maybe you'll have a couple, mid tier, maybe a high tier might drop in the beginning, but usually it doesn't happen until around March. Like once springtime hits and then goes into summer, that's when you start getting like a lot of the fun music. And then obviously fall is where you start getting the projects from the real heavy hitters type shit. So like Beyonce's doing kind of that same formula. I'm seeing like, she might be the one to kick it off in terms of like the high end heavy hitters in terms of new music this year. But no,
Mhm.
I'm excited too. You know, I fuck with Beyonce definitely. I think she definitely, you know, is a force. Renaissance. I really like that album. And you said that she's doing like 3 acts, right? I thought niggas thought
Yeah,
the second act was R&B. So I was looking like the
because
country
people
country.
are stupid and don't read.
So second act is country and third act is
Yeah.
R&B. Okay.
Third act is supposed to be rock, actually.
Oh, rock. Wow. So
She's
she's not doing
reclaiming the original black genres of music. These music
country.
categories were started by black people: country,
EDM.
rock and roll,
Yeah.
dance, and house. That's black people all over it.
What was started by white people? Folk?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But getting back into Act Two, so Act Two, as you just said, is going to be a country project, which I'm really excited for. Just because if you know Beyonce, she's from Houston, Texas. Third Trill, or did I say that right? Third Ward. I don't. Whatever. She's from Houston. I'm not. If I fucked up, I apologize. Um, but yeah, I think it's gonna be really authentic. And she released the two singles, the two lead singles from the album. She released Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, which I just I love it. I love it so much. I think that Texas Hold'em is more of a like hoedown throwdown song. Like if you pictured a hoedown, which you would listen to, and I
Mhm.
just feel like it's country, but like with the Beyonce spin on it, and I just really can't explain it other than saying just listen to it because it was really really good. Um, and then also she released 16 Carriages, which is also country, but it's more of a ballad about her journey and her career, about her having to grow up early. And it was really emotional. Like, honestly, listening to it, I just was like, wow, like she's really been through a lot and she's still here. Like, that's, that's really good. That's really good. I can't even put into words. You see, that's really good because I'm like flustered
Yeah,
about
I
into
know.
it.
Yeah, it's a big moment, bro. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the Beehive, and I'm happy for Beyonce. I think this is. Do you feel that this is her last stretch? Do you feel like this, like once this second and then this third act, like I don't think she's gonna ever really stop making music, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think she'll stop, but I don't think that
the
she really doesn't
frequency.
have to ever release a studio album again after this. I think that her legacy is cemented. She's
Yeah,
making albums that are changing the scape of the music industry. Like not a lot of artists can do that.
yeah,
And so
no
like I
fact.
just feel like, she's done the work. Like she's setting it up for the next people. And I don't like I think she kind of talked about it in the film where she's like, she's gearing up and getting ready, but like she's excited to get back to that quietness and the calmness of her family and being a mother and like, like she's done all that she can, like,
Yeah,
um or not all that she can, but all that she wants to do. And she could do more, but she doesn't have to. Um
yeah,
I was gonna say something else too.
I agree
Um
though. I 100% agree. I don't think she really has to do. And she doesn't have to drop nothing now. I'm like, she's already good
yeah.
now. Like she don't have to drop this Act Two, Act Three shit. But I think
But
she
she can
wants to.
drop it.
That's what I'm saying. This feels like a. I don't know. I don't want to say a finale, but it does feel like this is like her. People will say Lemonade is probably her magnum opus, like
Yeah,
her best project that she's come to. But I think once like this 3 act stretch finishes, I think this will be what she considers her magnum opus.
her glorious
Her
purpose.
glorious purpose type shit. Because fans always think fans' best project of an artist is usually never the artist's best project. How they feel is
True.
their best project. So to her,
No,
I can
because
see her
people love
building.
same clothes, but that song's all right.
That's a
It's not
fucking.
Welcome to Hollywood. It's not. I don't really know, but okay.
She's a hater, man. Shit, bro. I would say same clothes is a hit, bro. But it's all right. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
No, yeah, I'm just so excited for what is to come. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be at the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tour. Do you think she's gonna do like a stadium tour again, like for all 3 acts, or do you think it's gonna be like a arena tour? Like she might do
I
something.
think it's arena because I was looking. She's supposed to be performing at the Rose Bowl in California in Pasadena, which is more
Mm,
arena style. So, and I feel like
mm,
that goes with the theme of country. Like
yeah.
it's more
No, I like
moving.
that. I don't think she should do a whole nother. Well, I mean, she can do whatever she wants, but the whole stadium tour, I feel like that probably took a lot, especially for the Act One, and then doing Act Two a stadium tour, and then you'll probably have to do Act Three a stadium tour too. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money for show, but that's a lot of fucking work too
she
because
got it. Her
you have
money
to
long.
literally plan. You have to plan like a totally different set clothes. I'm gonna say your whole idea of the concert is gonna switch from what it was.
But I honestly feel like knowing Beyonce and just watching the Renaissance film, it's already been planned. Like right now, we're just watching the execution. This shit's been planned.
Oh yeah, no, she's a
She
professional
knows what she's doing.
and she's beautiful. Oh man, like a snack. My God,
Watch your mouth. That is my mother we're talking
she's that blonde hair. That she looks so good with that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that she owns that. That's her color.
It is. It really is. Somebody else dropped too. You want to talk about that?
Of course, man. Come on, it's new music, man. You know I gotta give it. Drum roll, please. My nigga Kanye motherfucking West finally dropped. It took so long. It took so long because anybody that's a fellow Kanye fan like me knows this is a long journey. Whenever he announces a project, it's a
It was
long
supposed
journey.
to be Donda 2 first.
Oh yeah. Donda 2 technically came out, but it only came out on the stem players that he only dropped on his Yeezy website. It was a lot of things. The one thing about Ye, whenever he announces an album, it's a journey to see how it comes to fruition until it drops. It doesn't become an album until it drops. Because there's a lot of albums that he has not dropped that he's announced, all the way back to Good Ass Job. And if niggas don't know what Good Ass Job is, that was supposed to be the fourth part of the trilogy. It was supposed to be literally a story: college dropout, late registration, then graduation, and then what do you do after you graduate from college? You get a good ass job. That was supposed to be the fourth.
I like that. Okay, Kanye.
That was supposed to be the fourth album and never fucking dropped. And that's been literally the history of him for a long time, especially after The Life of Pablo. Because if anybody remembers the Life of Pablo era, he made so many edits and tweaks to that shit. He dropped it, redropped it, took it off, put it back on, and that was 2016. And then he had an album called Yandi that was supposed to drop, never dropped. Obviously, Donda 2, he just mentioned, never really dropped. It just dropped on a fucking device that only niggas can buy, and then they have to download like the stems for it. And niggas don't know stems.
I will say though, that's the idea of a stem player is kind of sweet. Because like anybody who doesn't make music, like songs are broken up into stems, right? Because you have stems and you have like the whole thing. And so like one stem could be the drums, one stem could be the hi-hats, one stem could be the vocals, one stem could be the background vocals. And the fact that there's a device to break that up, like that's sweet as fuck.
Cool.
Like,
it was cool. I wanted to get that bitch, honestly.
Yeah. How much was it? What was it retailing for?
I want to say like $250. Might not have been that much.
Not bad. That's not bad.
But yeah, it was really, especially like you can do that with a bunch of different songs too. Like you can take away like the drums, take away the vocals, listen to the instrumental. You can do whatever you want. You can listen to the Donda 2 album like that. But yes, Kanye has dropped his most recent studio album. It's called Vultures, Volume 1. Obviously, similar to Beyonce, it's going to be a couple volumes, couple acts. I don't think this is Kanye's last effort. Like how I feel more so Beyonce, because Kanye is a little, erratic. He'll drop whenever he drops. But honestly, this whole rollout, it really showed me niggas ain't cancel shit. Niggas just ain't cancel shit. Like niggas had issue with that nigga. But at the end of the day, bro, nobody really canceling. I know niggas was upset, and rightfully so, because obviously if you listen to previous seasons of me, I've been very critical of Kanye about how he's been, especially for the last 2, 3, 4 years.
Yes,
even
I'll give him that.
But
like,
honestly,
I feel like we do a really good job of like we're stands of these people, but like we know what's right and what's wrong. I feel like
that's how.
Yep. Faves, yeah.
And I do that with all my faves, even with the fucking 49ers. Like I know that they be whining a lot. I know the fucking faithful fan base be talking, and the players be talking, but literally be talking. But with Ye, I think this is just like the part of the course, just how he literally crafts his albums. He's just this type of he's even though he's kind of erratic, he is very meticulous when it comes to music. And I want to give a huge shout out to Ty Dolla $ign because he is the co-lead on this album. His presence was really strong on this album. I think Ye just even him getting crazier by the day, his music ear just continues to improve. And
honestly, too, I think that like Tyler or Ty Dolla $ign does a really good job of like their fusion makes his like Kanye's erraticness like digestible for like this like generation of music and what people like, because I feel like a lot of people don't appreciate like people will say I want the old Kanye, but I feel like this generation would not really appreciate the old
They
Kanye.
would
And
not
so I feel like
at all.
this is a good way to like usher that in and for him to still do his thing, but like,
Mhm.
you know, with Ty Dolla $ign. And I
Yeah.
love Ty.
And Ty's amazing. Like I say, Ty's amazing. He's such a he's like a real musical force. Like I remember the whole featuring Ty Dolla $ign was a cheat code until he dropped the album called featuring Ty Dolla $ign, and it wasn't that good. But it's still
I
he's
liked the album. It
he's
wasn't the
still,
best, but it was a pretty good album.
it was just, when people say featuring Ty Dolla $ign is a no doubt no brainer cheat code, and then you drop the album with that title, it's kind of like that bitch damn near gotta be 10 out of 10 perfect. But I digress. I think this album was really good, really done really well, especially for Kanye in the last few years. I think his rapping is probably the worst it's ever been, but it's okay because I think the way his music ear is, it's kind of it's set up in a way where he doesn't need to rap as well as he did back in the day. Like this sound was, even though you said it, it is really grungy. It's like really
It's
kind of
very dingy, yeah.
garage type of, like it's real kind of like metal-ish esque grungy type of sound that you're getting from these guys. And like Kanye continues to evolve his sound. Each album sounds drastically different if you've ever listened to his discography, and I really appreciate that about him. And man, I always hope he can get the help he needs, because I always be thinking about how big Kanye could have been if he never went on that "Make America Great Again" rant. He would have been in one of these Super Bowls. And he has songs that would have been amazing for the Super Bowl. But the nigga went crazy. So
I think he lost it when he said slavery was a choice. That was a crazy thing.
it was that whole era. People just said, "We done with you, my nigga," and rightfully so. But I still think that nigga's a genius when it comes to music. I still think he dropped a really good project. He's still my favorite artist all time. And,
I mean, look, hey, two things can be true.
exactly, yeah, exactly. What's the beauty of life without duality?
Yeah,
exactly. And salute to Ye, man. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do further. I'm excited to see the rest of these volumes. Whatever happens from that. Yeah. We got a good year for music.
I think it'd be cool too if he's doing like what Beyonce's doing, and like each of them is like distinct and different. Because all his albums are already different by themselves. So like, I just I'm excited to see like what the other iterations have to bring.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. Shout out to Kanye. Shout out to Vulture. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to all the artists, man. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Yeah.
I just tell you, so much happened yesterday. I'm still processing it. I'm like, what
my
the
brain
fuck?
is just.
I just was like, they was like, bitch, smacking us with shit this whole weekend. But we're on to our last one, and we've got to give a shout out to friend of the show, Jayla Jackson, who was featured in this. But huge shout out to the Detroit Youth Choir for their series launching on Disney Plus. It is called Choir, and it's surrounding the Detroit Youth Choir, some of the students, and them preparing for their big performance at Carnegie Mellon. I haven't seen the episodes yet, but I've seen different previews from it, and just from the previews, I'm just like, wow, like this looks groundbreaking. Mm-hmm. It's already #1 on Disney Plus, right? As far as like the shows and stuff.
No, it was. I think the first week I think it was #1. Yeah, it was one of those that, especially the whole city, definitely streamed. And
I'm gonna binge it. Watch, I'm gonna binge it. I'm gonna
binge it, man.
And binge it.
You gotta binge it. It's a really good series. Shout out to the DYC. Literally represents the essence of Detroit, man. Those kids did such a phenomenal job. Very talented. Yeah. Shout out to the staff.
Shout out to Gwen Jackson.
Gwendolyn, yes.
That girl is a star.
She's
a star.
She is.
She's like one of the main people that they follow too. She's got a voice on her. Shout out to you.
She do, man. It's like I said, it's full of talented folks. It really puts Detroit in a really good light. And yeah, shout out to DYC. Shout out to Choir. Please stream that. It's on Disney Plus right now. And shout out to Jayla, friend of the show. Like
love you, girl. I actually was in choir when I did concert choir in high school, and then I did advanced male choir. We called it Master
Singers. Master Singers. I remember that era, Jay. Master Singer era.
Oh, we were singing them German bitches. That shit. I was sweet as fuck. I'm like, oh, what? The regular niggas is singing fucking like ABC 1 2 3, like shit that's on the radio. I'm singing shit that's different fucking countries.
All you fucking regular singers don't even hold a candle to no master singers, nigga.
Are you fucking serious? Come on.
Nigga.
And my group was pretty fucking sweet. Like I haven't heard the master singers of today. I'm sure they're amazing. But like the people in our group could sing. You had me, you had my brother who's also a very, very good singer. I feel like he sings better than me, low key. And then we had Cole Thompson, Jack and fucking Into the Woods was in the master.
Shout out Cole, man.
Shout out Cole. That we was cold as fuck. We was cold
Y'all did your thing. Y'all did your thing, man. And yeah, y'all did your thing. But no, it's been Choir was a good show, but there's been a lot of good shows, man, coming out. I think this year will be a good show a good year for media in general. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the
Abbott Elementary's back.
Abbott Elementary, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Donald Glover, Maya Erskine thing. That I was watching.
Season 3 of The Bear. Watch The Bear. The Bear's so good. It's amazing.
That's coming out soon too. Yeah, The Bear's really good. Yeah, I mean, it's really gonna go. And then when Invincible comes back, my nigga, I am gonna be smashing that shit. God,
why the fuck is it coming back so late? And there's only like how many episodes? It's 4.
It's 4 episodes. Yeah, they. So the way I saw it's like Robert Kirkman, who's the creator of Invincible. Like the way he kind of explained it was that he wanted to split up the season in 2 parts. It's 8 episodes total. So he gave us 4 episodes in November. He wanted us to breathe and then drop it. What I think he wanted to drop the second half at the beginning of this year. But Amazon has a release schedule, and them niggas was like, if you think you really gonna choose when you drop this fucking series, you got another thing coming because we got this series dropping and then this series dropping, and then that's where you drop. So they're dropping like around March. Right now, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that Donald Glover show that I was talking to you about,
I'm excited for that.
It's out right now. You should watch it. But
it is okay. That's what I'm doing.
It is out. It's really, really good. Shout out to Donald. That's one of my other guys. Anybody knows me, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Shout out to him. Anything he does, I follow. But yeah, I think that's just kind of what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, season 4 season finale. We did it. I don't know. What was your best part of the season? Like, let's just talk about it real quick.
Man, I think we really had some good topics this season. Outside of, and in case you missed this, I feel like the way we obviously it was completely unintentional, but the way we scheduled this shit was just perfect. The way like the right before we would film like a regular episode, like of just a topic, it wouldn't be much going on in the world. But then right when we about to film it, in case you missed it, it was a lot going on in the world. It just kind of shows, our rhythm in this, our synciness, and just the fact that things are kind of aligning around us. The fact that that's kind of happening, it just kind of made me proud of how far we've come, where we're going, and just just the special shit that we're really creating with this shit, man. And the fact that we got even more fans. I think this is the season where we got way more fans than we've ever had in terms of like previous seasons, in terms of that. So, and I think it's a testament to how good we're doing as podcasters. So yeah, man, shout out to all the fans. Shout out to us, man. We did it, bro. Season 4.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite part of this season too. I think our charisma, like we just like effortlessly do this shit, and then like I'll stop pressing record. I'm like, that was like, I remember the first episode of the season. I'm like, damn, that shit was like easy as fuck. That's like you told me to do this for a while.
Right.
But I think that our charisma was amazing. I loved our guests this season. Like, those were some of my favorite parts. I'm so happy we finally got Nia on the podcast because literally, you guys know she's been wanting to get on the podcast like since I think we first started.
We wasn't that good though. I don't think it would have been fair for her to be on our previous iteration. This is like the perfect season for her to come on. So
So I'm really excited for the future. I think we have a good rhythm. I think the way that we like structured it this season was amazing.
1000%.
Yeah, look at us.
Look at us, man.
Yeah,
we did it.
And thank you to all of the viewers, the people that listen. Like, we really appreciate it. Like, we do this for fun. Like, obviously, like, it's not about the views, it's not about the likes, it's not about any of that, because we just like to do this shit. But like, it really like means the world that you guys listen and like you actually enjoy it. Like, Darren will tell me like, so and so listen to the pod, and I'm like, really? Like, people are actually listening. Like, that blows my mind.
It does.
Each time. Like, I appreciate each and every one of you guys that check it out.
Yeah, man. Like, thank y'all. Without y'all, man, we wouldn't have kept going. Honestly,
True.
to keep it honest.
I
But
mean, I still probably would have. I don't
we
know.
would have
I
still
would have.
talked our shit. I think we would have found a way to talk our shit. Like, we would still talked our shit.
Yeah.
Like, but the fact that we can create a platform like this and to have like people that are supporters of us. I don't want to ever say fans because nobody fanned out about us for sure. But
Yeah.
supporters for sure. Supporters, I definitely salute y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Like, and yeah, man. Like we're only gonna go up from here, man. Season 5 is gonna be bigger and better than ever, bro.
Oh,
When I tell you that shit, man, hopefully we can get some in-person episodes again like we did for season 3, but
yes.
we're gonna get it popping, man.
Crossing my fingers. But yeah, so this is it, guys. Until next time. But if you want to catch up to see what we're doing, we're gonna be posting a bunch of like reels and stuff like that that'll be coming, highlights of the show. So follow us on TikTok, experience.podcast. Follow us on Instagram, theexperience_pod. And then if you want to see what I'm up to, because I have some things coming, some things are loading, coming soon. Follow me on Instagram, J_Gooden98, and on TikTok, JGooden. And where can I find you?
Find me on Instagram and Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, currently X. I didn't. We didn't talk about the Deadpool 3 trailer. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I'll do a quick one. Shout out to Marvel Studios. The niggas finally about to come back because Deadpool 3 looks fucking amazing. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds. Shout out to Hugh Jackman. That bitch looks like a masterpiece. Yes. But you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ned Saturn. So that's at NEDSATURN. Yeah.
All right, guys. That's season 4. We will see you soon.
Yeah.